are so great. Okay, sorry. I had to get that out of my system. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Shelley Walker. My pronouns are she, her. And it is an absolute joy to be here in this place of light, in this community of light this day. I want to welcome all of you who are joining both in person and online. This is the day that love has made, and boy, do I rejoice in it. Hey, if you are new or newish here, I want to let you know that you have stepped into a community that honors all paths. We are progressive, compassionate, and inclusive, and you are welcome here. We're glad that you are joining us this day. We are a very busy, wonderful community serving the world in all kinds of ways, and you can find out more information about us and what we do at our website, newthoughtcsl.org. If you're here in the building and you're new-ish and you have questions, there's a welcome table right outside these doors. Stop by, talk to our welcome staff, and get to know us a little bit and let us get to know you a little bit. But thank you. Thank you for sharing your time, yourself with us this day. This is the time in our service when we honor that we are on the ancestral land of the Kalapuya people. And here at New Thought Center, we affirm Indigenous history, experiences, and sovereignty. For those of y'all who are joining us online, in a few minutes we're going to have a spiritual practice. We're going to be lighting a candle. If you would like to join us in that ritual, this is your time to get a candle. And let's talk about our vision and our mission, what we do and why we do it. Please speak with me with one voice, our vision. Recognizing our oneness, we envision a world that works for everyone and all creation. And our mission, providing spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Hey, I want to give a special shout out to those of our community who are hosting our online community this day. Our wonderful practitioners, Lori Nazarino and Beth Doyle. Hello. Welcome to all of you joining us online. Can we just turn around and give a little wave and say hello to our beloveds joining us from all across not only the states, but across the globe. A true global community. All right, I'm going to ask you to please silence all things that go ding or dong or donk as I invite practitioner Doug Allen up to give us an opening blessing. Donk, Doug. Donk.
All right, let's take a moment and just settle into the space and take a breath. I recognize the one love, the one life. I recognize God as spirit, as love, right here where we are. I know spirit as love and compassion and kindness and harmony. And I recognize that we are all here by divine order. It is love working through each one of us. I'm grateful for all the community has to offer, all that our community is. I'm grateful for our inclusivity. I'm grateful for our classes. I'm grateful for our messages. All the things that contribute to our spiritual growth. And I recognize the good work that we do in our community and in the world. All the good that we do, the impact that we have, that goes beyond anything we could possibly know. We touch so many lives in so many good and positive ways. I'm grateful for all these acts of love and kindness. I'm grateful for all the things that go in, all the hands that go into making this service possible. For that is all the action of the divine. I'm grateful for all of this and so much more, and so it is. For those of you at home and joining us online, I encourage you to grab a candle and light it with me. Please stand as you're able and join us in our prayer set to music.
Wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be.
Let the peace wash over. Good morning, everyone. I would like to now ask all of our licensed NTCSL practitioners and Practitioner 1 and 2 students to join me for a very special, come on up, you can come around this way and join Rev Shannon and I for a very, very special moment in the life of our beloved community. And I also invite all of our online practitioners and online practitioner students to join me in consciousness and to join Rev Shelley in consciousness and to open all of our hearts, all of us here, to support and anchor this beautiful moment for all of us. Y'all, you can scooch in even a little closer. Don't be afraid. Come on in here. It's just us. Come on, as far as you can. Come on up. Very good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Why don't you go out this way? Scoochy, scoochy this way. There we go. There we go. And a little bit out that way. Boop-de-boop-de-boop-de-boop-de la-la-la-la. There we are. And everybody can see you because this is important. I want you all to feel all of this love up here. And I want you to be able to see it too, these beloveds. This morning, we have the great honor to install a licensed practitioner who has moved here from Colorado and recently joined us from another community there. Spiritual practitioners, so you know, are called to walk consciously in the presence of the divine and to serve the highest and best for our beloved community. To become a licensed practitioner in our tradition, it takes about 4 years of dedicated study and personal inner growth. It is a calling, to be sure. In addition to this, they must pass a rigorous licensing process, an extensive written exam, and an oral exam as well.
The Centers for Spiritual Living licensed practitioners are people who have dedicated their lives to helping and supporting others. It is the practitioner's sacred work to see spirit within everyone and to reveal the highest truth about every individual. Practitioners serve as licensed clergy. They are considered to be the healing arm of any center for spiritual living. They are called upon for prayer support and spiritual guidance, for pastoral care and spiritual education. They support every single ministry here at the New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. Practitioners make a dedicated commitment to their own daily spiritual practice and spiritual growth, to the health and well-being of our community, and to serving those in need. Anthony, please step forward onto the platform to make your sacred commitment as an NTCSL practitioner and to receive your stole.
So Anthony Pritchard has been a licensed practitioner in Colorado since 2021, and we are delighted that he has decided to join us in our corner of the world. So, Anthony, may this moment stay with you and continue to serve you in years to come. Please respond with "I will." Anthony, do you dedicate yourself to a daily spiritual practice, deepening your understanding and awakening so that the expression of your life and loving service may continue to expand in service to spirit, this beloved NTCSL community and all those you serve?
I will.
Do you dedicate yourself to serve whoever may call upon you in times of need, recognizing the divine within all people?
I will.
And do you dedicate yourself to upholding the ethical standards of the Centers for Spiritual Living practitioners and to living this high calling with integrity, love, and compassion?
I will.
It is so blessed. Anthony, this blessed stole serves as an outer representation and reminder of the highest consciousness that is always within you. When you wear this stole, you stand in conscious service to Spirit and all those who are placed before you. May you let Spirit guide and love always lead the way. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you. Now be seated. All right, you may be seated. Thank you.
Wow. Good morning. The following is called When We See the Good by Lucy Grace from her book of poetry called The Untamable Light. When we see the good in each other, we call it forth. Try it. Look for the light, and you will find the light. Look to celebrate, and you will find reason. Radiance is everywhere. Buried inside the grumpiest among us, like a pearl in mud, even more glorious. For the surprise of finding it, there's no one too small, for light is what we are. People aren't bad, they're just different scales of wounded, creating more. They've just forgotten themselves for a bit, and when we see their sacredness, we summon it. And so it is. Amen. Blessed be.
Thank you, Kendra. Daniel Schweitzer, you want to come up here and tell us a story?
Can you call on your imagination as if telling a myth to a child? Put in the fantastical, wonderful, magical, add the romantic, the brave, and the wild. Once upon a time, there was a power so great that no one could know its name. People tried to change it and rule with it, but all with such arrogance ended in shame. Thousands of years would pass in a moment. Hundreds of cultures would come and go. Each generation with the glorious calling, even when they were too busy to know. One day after 2 millennia, which after all is a small part of time, hundreds of souls found their way out of nowhere to be on earth at the threat of decline. Let's all go, they moved as one being, even though each would arrive here alone. They promised to work in grace with each other to brave the beautiful planet called home. There was no promise that they could save it, but how exciting to give it a try. If each one did just one thing beautifully, complex life on Earth might not die. And so they arrived in a spectrum of colors. The population on Earth did explode. Some threw themselves in front of disaster, and others slowly carried their load. Some adopted small girls in China. Some lived high in the branches of trees. Some died as martyrs. Some lived as healers, and some bravely walked with the dreadful disease. They mingled among each class and each culture. Not one of them could be identified. Together they all turned just enough moment to help the lost and the terrified. for once that we truly are one, then quickly we would forget to remember, but that's okay. Their job was well done, and Earth went on for another millennium. Now it's time for this song to end. A magical story of hope and of wonder invites you all to wake up and be tenderly fabulous creatures sent from the power, souls that have come with one purpose in mind, to do one thing that will alter the outcome, and maybe together we can do it in time. Can you call on your imagination as if telling a myth to a child? Put in the fantastical, wonderful, magical, add the romantic, the brave and the wild. The souls are coming back, 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 the souls are coming back.
Oh, Daniel Schweitzer and the Messengers. Oh, that is quite a song to sing. Thank you for saying yes, my brother. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The story of the planet called home and how we have all arrived here on time, in God's time. So grateful, so grateful, so grateful, so grateful. So for those of you just joining us, my name is Shannon O'Hurley, and my pronouns are she, her. And part of the reason I asked Daniel to sing that particular song this day is because it's about all of the generations who have come before us and all of the generations who will come after us, and all that we are doing to bring more light to the planet. Speaking of light, tonight is the first night of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah! Happy Hanukkah! So there are certain times in the year, like December, when we spend time, conscious, thoughtful time, revisiting ancient wisdom and the stories that have lasted for millennia. And when you think about it, young children, you know, they always ask for the same story over and over again. And this is very wise of them, because when stories are read over and over and retold over and over time, it allows something deeper to be revealed and understood better. And in the retelling of wisdom stories for us adults, layers are peeled back and we learn more about ourselves. And I have to tell you, out of all the stories during the holidays and throughout the year, the story of Hanukkah in particular, I think, is one of my very favorites to talk about, because of all of the history inherent in it, all of the time, all of the people, and because the story of how Hanukkah came about is a story, and this part is not talked about, I don't think, enough. It is about spirit-led social justice. It is in many ways an origin story of organized resistance for religious freedom, a people standing together against enforced erasure. And the ritual of how Hanukkah is celebrated is profoundly deep and mystical. Social justice and mysticism, my happy place. Hanukkah is one of those ancient stories that refuses to stay in the past. Every year I return to it, and every year it feels newly relevant, because at its core, it's a story about courage and conscience. And what happens when ordinary people decide that something sacred is worth protecting, so they stand up for it, and they win. Anybody? Even though this particular story is thousands of years old, so much of it resonates today. So in the 2nd century BCE, the Jewish people were monotheistic as they are today. And that simply means that they believe in one God, and their loyalty was to their God. Back then, they were also expected to show loyalty and, in essence, also to worship the human king, the empire. And this was completely at odds with the Jewish cultural understanding and religious way of life. And this fact is what put them in direct opposition to those in power, whose culture at the time was polytheistic. They believed in multiple gods. As a result, Jewish religious life itself was outlawed. Sabbath observance, circumcision, the sign of Jewish identity, and the study of Torah were all banned. Sacred texts were destroyed. The Temple of Jerusalem, the epicenter of Jewish life, was seized, and it was deliberately desecrated. And people were forced to participate in religious practices that violated their deepest convictions. This was not about theology. It was about trying to erase identity. So they had to take a stand to preserve their way of life. And so in response, a small but mighty group rose up, the Maccabees. They had nowhere near the power or the might of the empire. They were not well equipped. There were far fewer of them. They literally were like the quintessential underdogs. I don't know what that football team is, but they were that, okay? Like, no way are they gonna win. For 3 years, they fought for their cultural and religious freedom, and against all odds, the small but mighty Maccabees won. It was extraordinary. They fought for social justice. And what the Maccabees defended with their lives, we here in the United States of America, thousands of years later, enshrined into our Constitution. The free exercise of religion, the freedom to worship or not according to one's conscience. The Maccabees not only saved multiculturalism, but historically one could say that it was the Jewish people that ultimately saved monotheism, the belief in one God. Think about the magnitude of this for a moment, because out of Judaism came Christianity, and then about 600 years or so later came Islam. If the Maccabees had lost, if they had not stood up for their human rights, for their religious rights, for their cultural rights, it is very possible that not only the Jewish faith, but also Christianity and all of Islam would not be here today. That is huge. Their choice to take a powerful stand for what they believed in, to protect a person's right to live, to practice, and to celebrate their own faith and their own culture in their own unique and beautiful way. Their choice to do that changed the trajectory of human history. Which brings me to Hanukkah. So after their astounding victory, the Maccabees returned to Jerusalem only to find their sacred temple completely in ruins. So what did they do? They reclaimed it, they cleaned it, and they rededicated it. Hanukkah means rededication. And then, after all of that, just as they were ready to light the sacred lamp, meant to affirm that the light of the divine presence was always with them, they discovered something devastating. There was only enough oil to last for one night. It's important to understand the context here, because in the ancient world, oil was not just fuel. Oil was a symbol of healing. It was a symbol of blessing, and it was the assurance that the divine, that God, that Spirit was still with them. So to find so little oil left after everything they had endured was a crushing blow. And yet, And yet, they lit the lamp anyway. They didn't wait for certainty. They didn't hold back out of fear. They used what little they had, and according to the story, the oil lasted for 8 nights. Long enough until they were able to travel and bring back more oil. Now, the mystical part of this story, the mystical piece here, is not that darkness or challenge never comes. Welcome to this planet called home. It is when we trust in spirit, when we don't hold back out of fear. The light or love always leads the way. And we understand on the deepest level that this light, no matter what, never disappears. Never. Even when we cannot see it. Across ancient religious traditions, light was understood as a symbol of the presence of the divine. And in New Thought, we understand light in the very same way. The light that is within us is the presence of the divine within us. The light we feel from others is the presence of the divine within others. Each one of us has this infinite and forever part of God, of Spirit, of Source, that we call light within us. It has been with us since before we had a name and a face, and it will always, always be with us, millennia to come. Ernest Holmes wrote, "The light within us is never destroyed. It is only waiting to be uncovered." The light within us is never destroyed. It is only waiting to be uncovered. For those of you who are not Jewish, the Hanukkah, also called the menorah, holds 9 candles. And there are 4 on each side. And this one in the middle here, the tallest one, this is called the shamash. The shamash, while it is the highest candle, the literal translation of it means servant. That's why it's also called the helper candle. It is meant to light the others. Just like us, we are always meant to help light the way for others, to help uplift, to be a force for good, to be a lighthouse for others. And so tonight at sundown, our Jewish siblings all over the world will be lighting with the shamash, the first candle of Hanukkah. The title of my talk today is called "The Light We Carry Forward." And it's one thing to talk about light symbolically. It's another thing to actually be it. So, speaking of all the people throughout all the millennia, there was a woman named Ida Lewis who lived in the mid-1800s in the United States. We have a photograph of her I'd like to show you, just so there's Ida Lewis right there. I want you to notice her clothing. I'm sure it was fashionable at the time. But I want to bring a sense of the time into this story that I'm about to tell you about her, so you sense where she sort of was in the trajectory of human evolution. She lived on a rocky, tiny, tiny island with a lighthouse in Newport Harbor, Rhode Island. It was called Lime Rock Lighthouse. Ida lived in a time when women were not encouraged, supported, or even permitted to do much beyond the narrow, narrow roles assigned to them. And yet, Ida quietly became one of the most extraordinary maritime rescuers in United States history. When her father fell ill, the oldest of all the children, at just 15 years old, young Ida took on the responsibilities of retrieving the family's supplies from town, including getting the oil to keep the lighthouse burning. She would take her younger siblings to and from school, rowing in sun and storm and wind and rain. And ultimately, she took over the tending of the lighthouse. At just 16 years old, she made her very first rescue of 4 men when their boat overturned. Now, historians agree that she rescued and saved the lives of at least 36 people. They think even more, but Ida never kept count. She won in her lifetime countless medals and honors and awards. Later, a U.S. Coast Guard ship would be named after her. And in 1924, Lime Rock Lighthouse was officially changed to be called Ida Lewis Rock Lighthouse. And if you've ever been to New England and you've seen those rough waters, any of you? Or if you've seen them in the movies, you know, the fishermen, har, 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 har. It's rough. I've been there. It is rough. I'm telling you, it is cold and it is har, har. That's what you're laughing at. I know. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. It's rough. Those waters were really rough. Her most famous rescue came during a very brutal snowstorm in 1869. Settle down. They're still laughing on the boat. Okay, that's fine. So Ida was in her 20s at the time, and it was a brutal, brutal snowstorm. And 2 soldiers were thrown into the freezing waters after their boat capsized. And Ida herself was very, very, very sick at the time. She had a terrible cold. Think this is pre-Advil days. There were no, pain relievers of any kind. But nothing would stop her. Barefoot, with no time to even put on a coat, every minute counted. She jumped into her rowboat and she headed straight into the blizzard. Snow and wind battered the harbor. Icy waves crashed over her, and yet she reached the men. She hauled both of them out of the dangerous waters and into her boat and brought them safely home. We have a picture of that from the actual newspaper at the time. There she is. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that interesting that that was the newspaper at the time? They would hand draw those. Yeah. Here's the deal. Here's the thing. Each one of us carries a lighthouse within us so that we can be the shamash for others. Why am I sharing the story of Ida Lewis with you today? Ida Lewis didn't save all of the people she saved because she was fearless. She saved them because something deeper than fear rose up in her, and that was the power of her inner light. Because in reality, she didn't just tend to the lighthouse, she was the lighthouse. And here's the thing. Ida ended up living alone on that tiny little rock for the remainder of her life. But she found a way to be a lighthouse for others anyway. She was alone, and yet she was still able to shine her light. She was still able to show up with love in the way that worked for her by rescuing people out of the ocean. What an incredible way us humans find to shine our light and to love others. What does this look like for us in our modern day? It can look a myriad of ways. This can look like staying up with the sick kid until 3 a.m. in the morning and then clocking in at 9 the next day. It can look like the volunteers here at NTCSL who meet the many people who come to us every week for the food pantry, and they meet them with such dignity and love. This looks like showing up at your very first march, nervous and unsure, but willing to take a public stand to protect others. Your lighthouse might look like the quiet generosity from so many of you that has allowed us as a community to feed 40 immigrant families each month who are in hiding. Families who are safer tonight because you said yes. Your lighthouse might shine when you decide that you are going to learn how to become a really good ally to our marginalized siblings in our community and in our country and the world. It may look like for you taking an envelope off of one of our giving trees and bringing back the cash, whatever amount that is for you, so that you can give parents you will never meet the dignity and joy of being able to buy their child a gift for the holidays. This looks like rowing out into the ocean of a loved one's grief or pain and simply being with them, listening deeply, holding space for them, and making sure they know that they are not alone. There are so many ways we can be a lighthouse for one another. In the Christian scriptures in Matthew, Jesus said, "Let your light shine before others." It doesn't say ask your light to shine before others. It doesn't say think about shining your light before others. It says, let your light shine before others. So I thought that we might do a little bit of that today together in a meditative process. Does that sound good? Are you willing? Okay, all right. So I'm going to invite you all just to take a moment, and those of you at home as well, or listening later in the week, pull over the car, please. Just take in a deep, easy breath. Close your eyes or gaze downward at a fixed spot directly in front of you and a bit lowered if that's more comfortable for you. Take in another easy breath. Soften your shoulders, soften your belly, soften your brow. And feel the place now within your heart, the center of your being, where love lives. You may even want to place a hand on your heart if that feels comfortable for you. Allow your heart space, your heart chakra, to expand. Feel the light of the indwelling presence that has always been with you, right within you in this breath, this next easy breath. And I would now like you to bring into your heart someone in your life who you know or who you know of that could really use some healing light right now. Just easily and gently bring them into your awareness. And if it's easier for you to simply feel their energy rather than actually see them, that is absolutely wonderful. That works too. Everyone is wired in our own beautiful way. Just let this be easy. Visualize them, sense them. And now I invite you to easily share your light with them. Visualize a warm, beautiful light lovingly surrounding them, gently enfolding them with this healing light of love itself. Allow this light to soothe and comfort and calm them, knowing that this gentle healing balm soothes whatever storm they may be moving through right now. And as you do this, gently notice how your own light is shining throughout your own body, how your own being is being filled with light as you are surrounding them with light. Notice how when we send light and love, when we give light or shine ours for others, we are automatically filled up with the same level of loving kindness. And now I invite you to allow this light to be magnified even more so that it is even more felt. And because we are all one, because we are all energetic beings connected by the very same stardust, let yourself rest in the knowing that on some deep level, this restorative and nurturing light is received and felt, and it is doing its healing work. And now I invite you to allow yourself to feel the full blessing of this light. Allow yourself to feel the sacred strength of the divine lighthouse within you and how you can so easily share it. The comfort, the calm, the serenity that your light brings to others and to yourself. What a gift. What a blessing your light is. And now I invite you to begin to very gently feel the air in the room. The seat beneath you, you might want to wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, bringing yourself fully back into this space, revitalized and with even more energy. My loves, we take turns being each other's lighthouse. At times, we row out to sea for someone else. At other times, we find our way home by their light. This is how it works. This is how spiritual community works. This is how our spiritual community works. We carry the light forward, not alone, together. So this week during Hanukkah, I invite you to rededicate yourself to the light within you so that you can more freely, more easily, and more willingly shine the way for others. And at the same time, feel that light within you amplified. Be a light for someone in whatever way, small, ordinary, or holy, shows up for you. Send the text, make the call, hold the door, offer the smile. This week, wherever you are, when you encounter someone who might be overwhelmed or down, the invitation to carry with you is to remind them in your own way that they are loved. Just remember Ida Lewis. If she can row into a freezing waters barefoot, the most introverted among us can certainly summon a hello at Costco. And if you feel your light dimming in any way this week, I invite you to look for the people around you who are sharing their light with others. And to take it even a step further, to add in some spiritual maturity if you want, name it in the moment. Name it. You can say to someone, "Whew, you are being my lighthouse right now, thank you." You know, in this community, if you say that, "You're being my lighthouse right now, thank you," we will all know exactly what you're talking about. Isn't that fun? Let's be a lighthouse for each other. My friends, this is how we care for each other. This is how we protect each other. This is how we love each other. This is how we're going to get through these times together. And this is how we carry our light forward. Let's pray. I'm going to invite the practitioners to step forward and join me for prayer right here along the front. Those of you online, I'm going to invite the practitioners to turn inward to prayer as well, anchoring this time with me. So just closing our eyes or turning within, whatever way feels right for you, turning to your inner lighthouse, to the indwelling presence of the divine, the unconditional love that lives within you. and that is always just at the ready for you to turn towards its love. What a gift it is to remember this truth. What a gift it is to anchor ourselves this day in our commitment to shining our light for others on this first night of Hanukkah. I allow this prayer on behalf of each of us to be a blessing, to surround our loved ones, our family, our friends that are family, knowing the same love, the same light is right where they are. On behalf of each of us, I allow this prayer to reach any places in our country, on earth, any places which are having a hard time finding or remembering that light right now, places that are impacted by violence or challenge or difficulty or pain. We just let this light shine right where they are. And this week, I bless all people who gather in mosques and synagogues and temples and ashrams and churches and centers for spiritual living and planning meetings and yoga mats and kitchen tables. All people who are remembering this light of the divine and then taking that out into the world to help make it a better place for all people. What a gift it is to be part of this planet called home. What a gift it is to be part of the millennia of people who've come before us and who will come after us to bring this light. What a gift it is to be in spiritual community and to hold each other up during this time with love, with care, and with light. So from this place of grace and gratitude, I let it be. And so it is. Blessed be. Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, y'all. This is our time for conscious giving. And, I often see this community as a beacon of light in the world. And all of that is possible because you choose to support this community through your presence and through your gifts. So I want to thank you for sharing whatever is yours to share with this community this day. I also want to bring your attention, those of you here in the room, you might see some of these red envelopes scattered around. These are our year-end giving envelopes. And, we are a charity. We're a not-for-profit organization. And just like many not-for-profit organizations, we depend on you to do the things that we do, to provide the services that we provide, whether that's here on Sunday mornings or throughout the week. Every opportunity that we are able to offer is always because of you. So whether you are giving something from your pocket that you can share with us today, or whether you're consciously considering a year-end donation that will help to ensure that in 2026 we thrive, I just want to thank you. There are many different ways you can give. They're all on our website, newthoughtcsl.org. I like to text to give, 503-966-3236. You set it up once and then it's fun. However you give, know it's received with great stewardship and love and gratitude, and that a portion of what you give goes out to organizations that put feet to our values in the world. So thank you. Let's speak a word of blessing on our gifts, shall we? With one voice. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. All right, please help me welcome back Daniel Schweitzer and the New Thought Messengers.
Please stand as you're able. In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Yeah, come on. My lighthouse, I will trust the darkness. I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. I will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore.
Thank you. New Thought Messengers. Oh, we are on our way with the giving tree. So anything you can contribute will be greatly received by these families. We're collecting cash and checks through the 21st. That's next weekend. Every dollar will go directly to these families. And you can also give online. Just go to newthoughtcsl.org, scroll down to the giving tree graphic. And thank you so much for supporting these kids and their families with so much love. Today, from 12:45 to 2:45, our beloved Rev Sally will be facilitating a heartfelt workshop honoring our grief and making room for love. We will be in the Learning Center, or you can join us online. We know that there can be sadness, disappointment, and grief at this time of year. And this simple, loving workshop offers space to acknowledge those feelings and to step into self-love. It's offered on a love offering basis, and visit our website, newthoughtcsl.org, to register if you need the Zoom link. Our beautiful holiday candlelight service will be Tuesday, December 23rd at 7 p.m. Join us for an elegant winter evening of holiday inspiration where we revisit the timeless Christmas story through metaphysical, inclusive, and modern-day lens. This evening always brings relevancy and inspiration, and its revitalized meaning to all.
As always, we have incredible music. That includes Darcy Bradley, Daniel Schweitzer, the NTCSL choir will be there. It's in person, it's online, and childcare will be provided. So please join us. During Rev Shannon's recent Connect with Your Angels, Ancestors, and Inner Wisdom workshop, you asked for a part 2, and it is on the schedule. We've answered. So please join us on January 4th from 12:45 to 2:45 in person and online. Register for part 2 on our website, newthoughtcsl.org. Continuing her powerful teaching, Rev Shannon will share her own practices for recognizing inner wisdom, intuition, and spiritual nudges. And we will further explore connection with your angels and ancestors as a pathway to living a deeply grounded spiritual life. So please note, part 1 is a required prerequisite for attending part 2. Both workshops are $45 each, and you can purchase them or register on our website, newthoughtcsl.org. Please make sure to watch part 1 before the January 4th workshop. Let's give yourself or someone that you love the gift of spiritual growth. NTCSL is offering our annual holiday special early bird pricing for the beautiful spring meditation retreat. It's created and facilitated by Rev Shannon, and it's held at the beautiful Alton College Retreat Center here in Oregon from April 24th through the 26th. The number of rooms is quite limited, so please keep in mind that this retreat counts as a certified course. So if you are looking to begin practitioner training, this covers a prerequisite course. So if you're interested, now is the time to step in. It is for beginners and advanced. Rev Shannon teaches a bevy of different kinds of meditations and always brings new techniques. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. I highly encourage you to check it out, especially with this holiday gift of $40 off for the first 25 people to register. And you can register at newthoughtcsl.org. You guys are beautiful. And finally, the poinsettias that you ordered are here, and they're ready to pick up today after service in the foyer, or foyer, if we want to be French. And we still have some available to purchase as well. They're gorgeous. Please, thank you for supporting our Caring Corner at this essential time of year. And with that, I invite Rev Shannon back.
Oh, can we hear it from Melissa Kay? That was a lot of announcements. You did great. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I want to thank all of you who choose to be here with us here on Sunday morning. You are co-creating this experience with me, with Rev Shelley, with all of us. It means the world to us. I also want to thank all of you who are joining us online right now from Washington, Oregon, California, Nebraska, Colorado, Illinois, Wisconsin, Germany, and Spain. We love you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to invite all of the practitioners and practitioner students who participated in our service this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Please stand as you are able. And I just want to remind you, I'm going to invite the practitioners to come on down front here to be available for prayer. Yep, right here, come on down. We're going to be moving into prayer right after service, so just know that the sanctuary turns into a place of prayer and meditation. Do avail yourself of this gift. I want to also thank, once again, our online host practitioners, Lori Nazarino and Beth Doyle. Practitioner Laura Schlafly is at the welcome table. If you have any questions, be sure to grab an envelope off of one of the giving trees so that we can support the parents of these children who we are caring for and loving so much. I invite you to do that again. And if you have kiddos in our youth and family ministry, please pick them up before you go downstairs. We have a wonderful nosh and gift shop downstairs. I invite you to check that out. So we're all going to go be lighthouses this week, yes? Yes. All right. So with that, may you go in the light, as the light, and with the light until we meet again. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. You are so loved. Please sing with us.
I release and I let go. I let go.